The next episode of The Commercial Break starts now.
Yeah, Catsikins, welcome back to another episode of The Commercial Break. I'm Bryan Green. This is my dear friend, co-host, and cohort in crime, Kristen Joy Hoadley. Best to you, Kristen.
Best to you, Bryan.
Best to you out there in the podcast universe. How the hell are you? Thanks for joining us on yet another episode of this, The Commercial Break. It's not for everyone, but fact, news, or fiction is guaranteed in 30 seconds or less, or your money back. Go to the tcbpodcast.com website to collect your earnings. Winning! Woo! Back in the studio. What's that noise? That horn noise? The oovla or whatever? The horn that all the guys use in the soccer?
Oh, right.
Or they use at the clubs. So fucking obnoxious. I'm back from a week at Podcast Movement 2022.
Speaking of parties.
Dallas, Texas. Oh, man. Tell you what, whenever you get 3,000 podcasters together, you can be assured of two things. There's going to be a fucking party, and no one is going to shut the fuck up for a fucking week.
Because everybody's used to just talking into a microphone and not listening.
I literally had conversations where I literally saw conversations where people were just talking at each other, and neither of them were listening. It was like they were doing a show themselves. It's some obnoxious at times, funny at others. And I'll tell you what, I just had a blast. It's nice to be out of the studio sometimes. Like, you get out and you let your jingle jangles fly.
Mingle, and cohort around.
And let your DD canters fly on the floor.
That's right.
I'm naked underneath this. I don't know if you know that. You wouldn't know that.
I didn't notice.
I have micropenis. I was on the flight to Dallas, and somebody in front of me, I overheard them when the plane landed. They were talking about micropenis. I don't know why they were talking about I've seen pictures. It's kind of disturbing.
It is. It's unfortunate.
And I really feel bad for people with micropenis because
I've known somebody that's been with one.
Oh, really?
So, yes.
Been with one or has one?
No, been with one.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's a girl.
It's a girl? And what was the... I mean, I'm sure there's certain challenges. I was going to say it probably weighs heavy on her mind.
No, as light as a feather.
That's so mean.
I know. Hey, there's something out there for everyone.
Did she like it? Was she?
I think she tried to like it.
We shouldn't laugh. It's not something somebody can help. Yeah,
exactly.
It's not something somebody can help. Is there anything that can be done about micropenis?
I don't know.
Can you stretch it out, or are there
exercises
you can do? There's got to be something. God bless the micropenises out there.
Like a lot of implant options now.
Yeah, but that's got to hurt when you go from a half an inch to even 2 inches. That's got to hurt.
I don't know.
Well, listen, there's plastic. If you can clean up your vulva, they can probably give you a couple extra inches on your dick.
There's a lot of help now in the plastic surgery world.
Anyway, that has nothing to do with Podcast Movement. I didn't personally see any micropenis at Podcast Movement.
That's good.
But I was telling one of the guys that I work with, because I work in the podcast industry as a day job, and I was telling one of the guys I work with, it's like the podcast industry is full of misfits and broken toys. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, it's the land of broken toys. That's what it is. Miscreants, all of us, and old radio guys,
right?
And girls. That's what it is, because radio
it lends itself.
For years they were like, "Oh, podcasts, man, whatever, dude, bunch of losers in their basement." What's that? A podcast? Not coming into my radio station. I'll tell you what, I'm here at the fax machine waiting for more orders. But now all of a sudden, the radio industry is quite hep to go on the podcasts.
It's
Every
all
single
moving towards podcasting.
Major radio company that I can think of is represented at Podcast Movement. And what you do is you meet a lot of, I think guys especially, I met a lot of, so I was a speaker, and then people come up and talk to you, and what you get is, "Hey, it's me, Bob, and I got a podcast about a podcast." And I was
podcast about podcasts.
We had 17 downloads yesterday, and I'm like, okay, great. We also had 17 downloads yesterday, so I feel
all last year.
So what I noticed is the radio guys, they have that certain affectation. And I'm sure that if we ask a couple of our fans, they'll say that I also have that same affectation, especially at the beginning of the show, which is like, "Hey, how you doing? This name is Joe.
Bryan Green."
They never shut the fuck. This guy that was in we were sitting in one of these panels, and one of my friends was on the panel. We're watching the panel, and there is a guy sitting in front of me that is shaking his head, agreeing with everything everybody, one of those guys,
very eager.
Yes, totally agree. And as soon as the questions come up, he's like, I have a question over here. So my name is Joe, and I've got a podcast about model trains, and we're doing really well for ourselves. And I just wanted to, by the way, the name of the podcast is Joe's Model Train Podcast.com. You can go to Joe's Model Train Podcast.com to see all the audio and all the video. He gives a whole fucking presentation about his audio video.
Right.
And then his question is, how do I get more listeners to my podcast? It's one of those.
Well, you got a pretty niche podcast there, buddy.
Well, listen, you can make money on those too.
Yeah.
Like you could sell to the model train community, right? Make plenty of money doing that. But my point is like the radio guys, especially the older radio guys, they have such an affectation to their voice and they don't lose it when they turn off the microphone.
Right. They just continue in everyday life.
Yeah. When I walk around this house, I'm not the brand new TCB podcast.com.
and Mia.
Yeah. Matthias and Mia.
Come on down to dinner.
I don't do that. This is not something, I don't take that affectation out of here. Right. I'm on when I'm on and I'm off when I'm off, right? And it takes a lot to be on like this. And those guys are like that 24 fucking hours a day.
So used
you
to
can
it.
point out the old radio guys by the way that they speak to you because it's as if they're in a radio station at that fucking moment.
Right.
I'd like to talk to you about my podcast.
It became part of them.
It became part of them. They turned into sentient radio robots.
I guess when you do it for so long.
You must. You must. I mean, I guess we've known some old radio guys.
Yeah.
There was a couple like working at the country station that were like, I could remember that were like that. Hey, Bryan, you want to go out to lunch next Tuesday at 8:45? We'll go out on the hour and on the half, and we'll go have some breakfast, we'll have some lunch, and some dinner. All right, dude, cool. Let's take a call. Here's my mom. They do that shit. It is so funny to me, and it reminded me of the ultimate radio disc jockey. Who do you think who do you think of the old radio guard? I mean,
Casey Kasem.
Casey fucking Kasem.
Hell yeah.
For those of you that don't know, Casey Kasem.
He's like the
precursor. Yep.
To Seacrest, right?
I think Seacrest bought his company, didn't he?
Dick Clark.
Dick Clark. Okay. But Casey Kasem is definitely
I loved Casey Kasem growing up.
For those of you there are going to be so many of our listeners who don't even know what
like,
radio is.
Yeah, right. What's
it's that thing in your car that you never tune to. It's the AM FM that you never use. And back in the day, it was the most popular form of communication. We reached way more people than television ever did because it was in everybody's car, it was in everybody's home. And there was a guy named Casey fucking Kasem. I'm Casey Kasem with the top 20 rockin' dockin' dick countdown.
Yeah, it was like the top 40 countdown.
Top 40 countdown with Casey Kasem. Here, I've got a letter from Joanne. Joanne said she accidentally killed her dog by rolling over it. Let's listen to Britney Spears. And it was like
there was also Delilah.
Oh, Delilah.
Her, yeah.
Casey Kasem was like this goody. I mean, he had the most clean and polished
He looked like a Beach
image.
Boy.
He was a Beach Boy.
Yeah, I think at one point.
Yeah, I think at one point he was the seventh Beach Boy. he had such a clean and polished image on and off the radio, and he talked like that 24 hours a day. But even Casey was subject to a fuck up now and then. And I have one that I'd like you to listen to. Yeah, and I think a lot of people have heard this, but certainly not our audience.
Okay.
I think our audience, it's like living in a trailer park without communication somewhere. And God bless the trailer park kids. That's all I got to say.
Oh, yeah.
Casey Kasem was in the studio, and there were some outtakes that were put together by one of his producers of him just going fucking off. Do you want to hear it?
Yes,
okay.
please.
Now, I got to give credit to Big Will the Champ, who actually sent me this clip.
Nice.
He found it. He sent it to me. And then when I went to the radio convention, all I could think about was this fucking clip.
Okay.
And these guys at home, like when like they're getting pissed at their kids, go fuck yourself. Who the fuck put the milk?
Aliens.
Who the fuck didn't? Aliens. Who the fuck forgot to put the top back on the milk? You're in trouble now. All right, Casey Kasem, the old radio announcer, top 40 radio announcer, in the studio, a couple of outtakes from one of his producers.
Nice.
The countdown will begin this Sunday afternoon at 1, right here on the radio station you grew up
Hold on, let me do it again so it's a little louder. Hold on.
with. Music Radio 138. Oh, fuck. What the hell's going on here? Jeez, well, isn't it the last hour? We got another hour to do?
I feel like
We
that
got
too.
another hour to do?
We got another fucking hour to do. I feel like that too. Like even before we start recording, I'm like, I got another fucking hour of this shit.
Geez, I thought we were almost finished. Good golly, Miss Molly. Boy, this is fucking ponderous, man. Ponderous, fucking ponderous.
Fucking ponderous. Who writes that word?
I know.
He's pissed at a word he's got to say.
Hi, this is Casey Kasem. American Top 40 has moved to a new time. I hope you'll join me this Saturday morning and every Saturday morning at 2.
They moved us
2
to
a.m.?
2. Yeah, 2 a.m. in the morning.
What?
That's where Brian Green had his radio show.
Exactly.
I was competing with Casey Kasem. 2
Next
in the
up
morning.
on the legend.
Next up on 96.7 The Legend. Late nights with The Legend.
Now, we're up to our long-distance dedication. And this one is about kids and pets and a situation that we can all understand, whether we have kids or pets or neither.
He's so smooth. Listen to him. Next up, this is about kids and pets. And we can understand that if we have kids or pets or neither.
It's from a man in Cincinnati, Ohio, and here's what he writes. Dear Casey, this may seem to be a strange dedication request, but I'm quite sincere, and it'll mean a lot if you play it. Recently, there was a death in our family. He was a little dog named Snuggles.
Snuggles.
Poor Snuggles.
Poor Snuggles.
Are they dedicating a song to Snuggles?
Trying to. I just can't get over it. He killed Snuggles!
When Nico goes, we'll dedicate a song to him.
I don't think Nico's got too much longer left. Of course, I said that 3 years ago.
Yes, you did.
But he was most certainly a part of... Let's start again. I'm coming out of the record. Play the record, okay?
Play the record. Unbelievable.
Please.
Wow, a lot of noise for the world's most professional radio guy. He sure does make a lot of noise in the background.
Well, he's on at 2 a.m. So.
Yeah, no one fucking cares. This is toward the end of his career when Casey Kasem was heard at 2 a.m. across the country. That guy must have made a dickload of money doing all this. Dickload of money.
See, when you come out of those up-tempo goddamn numbers, man, it's impossible to make those transitions, and then you got to go into somebody dying. You know, they do this to me all the time. I don't know what the hell they do it for, but goddamn it, if we can't come out of a slow record, I don't understand it. Is Don on the phone? Okay, I want a goddamn concerted effort to come out of a record that isn't a fucking up-tempo record every time I do a goddamn death dedication.
Death dedication. I'm dedicating this one to death for Snuggles.
Oh my God. He's pissed.
Yeah, listen.
He was a diva.
Casey is so used to being so pristine that anytime he gets a chance, he just cusses up a storm. Didn't they roll Casey's dead body around for 7 years or something?
Like that.
His ex-wife, wasn't it like he got Casey Kasem
They
had
toured around the country.
I could be wrong about this, and this is your fact, news, or fiction. So please check me on this one, right? I don't know. But in my mind, I remember that Casey had a string of really young wives when he was getting older. And the last one, when he died, she rolled him around the country in the back of a car. He was
King Tut's doom?
Yes, he was mummified in the back of her car. They were trying to catch her, and she just kept rolling around town with his dead body in the back.
Oh my God.
I won't leave him.
Casey.
Now, make it, and I also want to know what happened to the pictures I was supposed to see this week. Since the last goddamn time, I want somebody
better show me some tits right now, god damn it.
The pictures were supposed to be on my desk.
Where are the tit pics from the interns? Somebody told me they would get me those. What pictures? It's radio. What are you worried about?
his fucking brain to not come out of a goddamn record that is that's up tempo, and I got to talk about a fucking dog dying.
He's losing it.
Oh my God, I love it. I love listening to these old, it's that time that Bill O'Reilly.
I'm picturing Chuck Woolery doing the same thing.
Oh, you know that Chuck just went off. I imagine Chuck was just a bear behind stage.
Dick.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you get started in your life, right? And you're like, I'm the king of the world. You're all piss and vinegar. You're 19, 20, 22 years old. You get your first job and you're like, I'm going to be the most famous disc jockey that ever lived. I'm going to be that people are going to love me and adore me. That's great. Now, Casey certainly rose to that level of stardom at some point, but at the end of the day, he was just a radio fucking disc jockey.
Yeah.
And
playing top 40.
Radio disc jockeys got no fucking respect ever in the history of radio disc jockeys, with the notable exception of Howard Stern and maybe Rush Limbaugh. Like, those two people reached the top of the top, and everybody else is just a radio disc jockey.
Yeah.
And Seacrest too. I mean,
Yes.
but Seacrest is on American Idol and all this other stuff. So you got to imagine that at some point you realize that you are really just the guy who's talking in and out of
introducing the-
snuggle dedications.
What song did they dedicate to Snuggles?
I don't know. That's the end of the tape. I mean, it was top 40s.
All by
myself. I just killed my dog all by myself. I guess we can appreciate this kind of disrespect here on the commercial
Yes, we can.
break. So I was talking to this girl at Podcast Movement, and she was like, she was talking about the like industry stuff, and then she says, "Oh, I listened to the commercial break, and every time that I hear that, I get so nervous because that's why you came. That's why we say it's not for everyone."
I had to say that to my sister's mother-in-law.
I'll tell you a funny
She was
story.
like, "I heard it," and then that's all she said. I was like, "Well, not for everyone."
So
thanks for listening.
So the ladies,
thanks for trying.
yeah,
I hope we
and
didn't
so
offend you too much.
I know, jeez. So I quickly move along, right? And but she doesn't want to stop. And she's like, "Yeah." So I heard the podcast, and I listened to an episode. There's funny moments in there, but it's not for me. It's not necessarily for me. And I
Right.
just felt so embarrassed. And my wife calls me that night, and I'm in Dallas, and she says, "Oh, I took the kids to the school open house at school today, and one of the ladies said that her and her husband were listening to the podcast in the car the other day." And I said, "Uncle, what did she say?" She said that another lady overheard it and said, "Oh, your husband has a podcast?" And Astrid goes, at that point I had to tell her the name, like, it's the commercial break, and Astrid tells her it's not for everyone.
It's not.
Oh,
It's not.
but thank God it's for somebody
for
at
some
least. Yeah,
people.
there's some people out there that are listening. How long that lasts, we'll see. I was trolling on the internet,
As you do.
as I like to do. Chrissy, when we last left off from the studio, we were talking to a guy named Adam.
Adam,
We were talking
that's
about
right.
a guy named Adam who was teaching us how to make our social media profiles more attractive. But that is Adam the Liar. But Adam the Liar, he gave us great tips, like hire your friends with good cameras
for
to
$50
take the pictures of you in your fake outfits and fake backgrounds
like
once
in a
month.
field
What a
with
douche.
butterflies.
Yeah. I was listening to that episode, and not for the hilarity that we added into it. It was pretty funny, but just I was taken aback at how brazenly he was telling everybody to just lie about everything.
Just lie about your life.
Just lie about your life.
Yeah, portray it as something totally different.
That's right. But Adam the Liar is not
And then
just
post about
and
it.
then post about it.
Yeah, that was
'cause
a key step in the thing.
if you're going to have a social media profile, you got to make posts and make sure to fill in your about you.
Yeah.
That's going to help.
Right, about you.
Adam the Liar not only is known for his social media prowess, he's also happens to be a dating coach.
Ooh.
Oh, yes,
Ooh,
Chrissy.
I bet he's got some real gems.
And I think he's much better at dating than he is at social media profiles. He's at least much funnier, and that is why, Chrissy, I think we should take a look at some more of his
Is he
videos.
gonna do a whiteboard?
I hope he does a
Right.
whiteboard, but I don't know. Sometimes I don't like to get too deep in this. All right.
So it's fresh.
So it's fresh. So I have the video where Adam is going to share with us
Okay.
which text messages we are going to send to get out of the friend zone.
Oh,
Are you ready
okay.
for this?
Yes.
I'm ready for this.
Absolutely.
All right, here's Adam the Liar.
Oh God, and his stock photography.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have to get through a lot of stock photography. He has the worst video channel
does.
ever. Yeah.
I'm about to share with you the friend zone escape text. It's a message that gets you to actually be able to date the friends that you've been attracted to for far too long.
Hey, I really want to just fuck you.
Now,
in,
fucking
don't I?
A, right.
There's one.
Here's my dick.
Yeah, it's just
Is that a dick pic?
pic.
Yeah. A tit pic or a dit pic. That's what's going to get you there.
Yes.
Big disclaimer. You got to do more than just send a text message, okay? So yes, this is the text message.
You don't say, Adam. So again, you've lied to us. You put on there the text message you send to get your friend out of the friend zone.
Yeah.
And now you're telling us that that's not what you have to do. This guy just drives me fucking
but
crazy.
That's not what you need to do. But this is. Then he's saying.
But then he said, "This is."
the text
Did you notice how much
message
more
you send.
attractive Adam is today than he was yesterday?
No.
He's literally growing in a boner direction toward the world's most attractive man.
But there's some pre-work that has to get done, and there's some post-work that has to be done. Before we go into
I don't
and
like
post.
videos that give me homework. I don't like videos that give me homework. I'm just sharing that right up front.
I do want to give
You will never get homework on the commercial break. Never, not once.
No.
Maybe leave a review.
Except to maybe check the facts.
Yeah, check the facts. Casey Kasem.
Don't do that.
Yeah, Casey
Don't do
Kasem was
that.
probably not rolled around. It might have been Dick Clark. I'm not sure.
Might have been.
a massive, massive piece of advice. Sometimes it's better just to keep him as a friend. Like, do you really want to date your friend? You might like the idea of it, but some people just trying to win and they just want to prove they can get somebody, and then when they get them, they don't really want to get them anymore, and then that whole friendship is dead, and people convince
What the fuck are you talking about? What the good fuck are you talking about?
And then.
And then. You lure me into this video to
know.
share with me how I'm going to get my friend in bed,
I
and
just
then you
needed the text.
and then you
That's
talk
it.
me out of it. The
Like, do you
fuck?
really want to do this?
Do you really want to do this? Because what I'm about to share with you is not going to work.
Right, and then also too, like, do you really want to, be with your friend?
Yes, I want to fuck my friend.
Yes.
That's the only reason we're friends. It's because I want to fuck her. That's it.
themselves that they do want the person. It's one of the reasons why somebody wants to just stay friends with you, is that they're actually worried that if you did date them, that you two wouldn't work out and the whole thing would just collapse and that would be the end of the friendship, right?
I feel like Adam's had a lot of these conversations in his
I
life.
think,
I think we should just be friends, Adam. But I sent you the text message, the one with my dick, my micropenis.
So there is a very good reason why people don't want to date if they're close friends. So before you get into this technique, really think about whether you actually want to do it.
I did think about it, and that's why I clicked on your video. You stupid, stupid.
So there is a high chance that when you try and date someone you're friends with, that the friendship does end. Even if you don't get them, there's a chance that just the act
When did
of-
this turn into like an apocalyptic world, end of the world, your friend hates you now video?
well,
Yeah.
because it's only going to go bad if
That's
you
only going to
do
go
something
bad.
wrong.
Yeah, don't do something wrong. Well, here's an idea. There's
Don't be a jerk.
lots and lots of stories throughout history, right? Boy meets girl, boy friends girl, boy and girl end up together,
Yes.
right? Or boy and boy, or girl and girl, or whatever.
Yes.
Sometimes friendships make lovely relationships, and sometimes they don't.
Absolutely.
It just, but what Adam is saying here is absolutely nothing.
That's what it boils down to.
Yeah, that's what it boils down to. Use some common sense.
you trying to date them can ruin the whole thing. So I always tell people, before I teach you how to get out of that
Before I give you the magic tricks on how to stick that dick right in her vagina, be warned. Why Bryan 3000 results have not been verified by the FDA.
friend zone, maybe you just want to be friends with them and move on. Now I'm going to give you some reasons why having them as a friend is better. Having a hot, beautiful friend that you're attracted to, if you cut out that attraction and you just stay there as a hot, beautiful friend, they can help you meet hot, beautiful.
They can help you meet hot, beautiful
They
people.
can meet you up, hot, beautiful people. He's
Is
turning
that
into
what you were
mystery.
doing with me when we were going out to the clubs all those years ago?
No comment. No comment. I was like, well, I don't really like her, but she's hot. And she helps me get pussy, so I'll keep
We
her
were
around.
each other's wingman.
For sure. But that often, let me tell you something. My friendship with Chrissy has probably caused me not to get laid more than it caused me to get laid. Because we ended up dragging each other out of the club drunk.
That's right.
Chrissy would be like, not that one. No. She's 12, Bryan. I was like, she's not 12, she's in the club. Okay, she's 21, but it doesn't matter. You're 80.
People, there's a technique known as pre-selection. If you go out and you're hanging out with a beautiful person on your own,
I
it gets
pre-select you.
I pre-select hot women to get with me.
Pre-selection.
That's what Mystery teaches. He teaches pre-selection. Walk up to a girl and go, you've been pre-selected
similar
to
to-
get up on
I was
this.
gonna say, is that similar to pre-ejaculation?
Yeah. You blow your load early, you don't end up getting some.
To meet and date other people. Scientists have known this for ages because
Scientists have known this for ages. Ages. It's a prehistoric condition.
Your chance of success of meeting people significantly
the Bronze
increases.
Age?
If you get your partner, it goes up even higher because people feel very comfortable talking to you. And then when they find out that the two of you aren't actually together, you'll become available, they're already attracted to it, it gets very easy. So there's a number of reasons why having them as a friend is a lot better. However, if you are dead set, you're like, you know what, I just want to break out the friend zone, then let me explain to you how to do it. Now, I'm going to give you a 5-step process.
God. I thought you were just going to give us the text.
They're just going to give me a text message. Now you're going to give me a process. I got to go through a process. Yeah. I hate this guy's videos already. He's giving me all this homework, and he never gets to the fucking point. He's like the new Frankie B.
He is.
He's like a young, uglier Frankie B.
5-step, you can't skip any if you want this to work.
Don't skip
Step
any.
1. This is the one that nobody
What makes this guy an expert on any of this?
Because he's got a heart in the background of his video.
I mean, honestly, like a 5-step process, you can't stop, you can't skip any of these if you want this to work.
Yeah, think long and hard.
Did you
soul
do
search?
Did you trials? Have you done like?
Hey, scientists have known this for ages.
Scientists have known this for ages. You want to get pussy? Get some more pussy. You know what I'm saying? If you have pussy, you'll get pussy. It's the pussy magnet rule. It's so stupid.
Dude, you have to go on vacation for a while. I know this one sounds crazy, but I have found...
Go on vacation. Step 1. Go on vacation.
Hey, Chrissy, it's Bryan. I'm going to be on vacation for a while. I'm not sure where I'm going. Probably Europe somewhere.
What about Eastern Europe?
Eastern Europe. I'll be gone for 6 months, but I just texted you a picture of my micropenis. I'm hoping when we get back, we hook up. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.
Go on vacation.
Go on vacation.
But I found this one the easiest.
Oh, yeah, this is the easiest way. Wait.
On vacation. Hop into a hammock.
And hop into a hammock and watch your friend float up into the sky and drop right on your midsection.
Zone is to go on an extended vacation. I've had a friend that broke out the friend zone successfully. One of my students, should I say? He went to South America.
Students. Douche. One of my students, shall I say? No, you shan't say that. You shouldn't say that.
In fact, it was my student and it was us.
Yeah. In fact, it was me. I was the student. Yeah, I was teaching myself all these tricks.
For 3 months, he moved to Brazil, and that's where he lived for 3 months. I had a situation where I broke out the friend zone, and I did it by moving to a completely different country.
Oh my God! This is the craziest advice I've ever heard.
I thought we were getting a text.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're spending thousands of dollars to go on an extended vacation. Quit your job. Go live in another country.
Hey, Barbara. It's Bryan. I moved to Venezuela. Let me know when you're ready to hook up. I'll come back.
What?
Hey, girl, it's me. I just got a place in the North Pole. I'll talk to you in a couple months. Let me know when you're hot for this cock. All right. Love you.
Let me know when you're hot for this cock. That's the text message I would send.
I mean, he said go for
He left out of the country for a year to hook up with his friend. There are plenty of fucking fish in the sea. You gotta stop that shit.
A year, like just going and living somewhere else for a while, and it makes a massive difference on the way that somebody interacts with you.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
You're not there to interact.
Yeah, there's no interaction. Where's that text message you were talking about? Because option number 1 sucks. He said you can't
Don't skip.
He said you can't skip any of these
You're
steps.
Gonna have to just quit
You
your
have to
job
leave.
and go out
Move.
of the country.
Tell your mom and dad goodbye. Leave your leave your
snuggles at home.
Bye, Snuggles. I'll be back in a couple months. I'm sorry. I just really want to hook up with this chick. But I left some food in the pantry.
I guess that's why he started it by saying you really need to think about this because
That's
you're
right.
going to need to go out of the country.
You're going to need a lot of money. You're going to need an airplane. Anytime you need an airplane involved in getting a girl, it's probably not worth it. sharing.
Option. If you're like, no, I can't possibly because of my job, that's fine. You can just go away for a couple of weeks, but it's not going to be as good. An alternative to going on vacation.
Oh my God, this is like,
Gonna be as good.
I had no idea how crazy
You're
this
not gonna
video was
really
going to be.
care.
Yeah, you're not going to, she's not going to lust after your loins as much unless you just move as far away as possible.
And for as long as possible.
For long as possible. I suggest 10 to 15 years. 2 decades is really it's kind of the sweet spot. Yeah. If you come back as a 62-year-old man.
She'll be divorced by then.
That's right.
She'll have already married, divorced someone else. You can swoop right in.
Yeah, you swoop right in on that family and you just say, I'm back. Did you miss me? Oh, Bryan, I've been waiting. Yeah.
Can be signing up for a course that takes up all your spare time, right? The goal is you need to spend less time with your friend. Now, this is because people get too familiar with each other, and if you're spending every time with each other, you're actually cementing the idea of you being just friends. We need that friendship to kind of start to break, right? We need it to
No,
break down.
not right. 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 You are literally telling people on a YouTube video to pick up and move their lives. You could go on vacation for 3 or 4 weeks, but that's not going to work, really.
That's not
You
as
got to
good.
get as far away as possible for as long as possible.
Up the friendship.
So that they can hook up with their friend. Their friend. Listen, ask her if she wants a kiss one night. And if she doesn't, take that as a sign you're
Move
probably,
to another country.
move to another country.
for a year.
This is the most insane advice I have ever heard on a video. And we watched 10 Frankie V videos. He wanted me to invest in his salon suite. And this is stupider.
I know.
And the only way it can break down is if you don't communicate as much. So we're
Ghost her.
essentially
There is no
Ghost her and move to another country.
there is
Boom,
no
step one.
no better way
Step one.
to get a girl
This is
than to
just step
stop
one.
talking to her.
It's just step one.
No better way to get a chick than to stop talking
Yeah.
to her. Just
Yeah.
stop, cut off communication altogether.
And move.
trying to kill communication without just being rude and ignoring them. Having an activity,
But you are.
a class, a vacation, something going on, that is a very good justification for why you're communicating less. And I
I'm
will say
going
to
to
them,
take
hey,
a
you see how I'm going away?
class for a year.
I'm taking a 24-hour class on how to be an asshat. I won't be able to talk for the next 3 to 6 years.
For a while, I won't be able to see you as often. I'm totally going to miss you, but I'm really excited about doing this thing, right? So we've set that we're going to separate. During that thing, you need to transform. So if you're traveling.
You need to completely transform yourself. That's step 2.
Yahoo! This is fucking crazy. This is fucking crazy. You need to be exactly the opposite of who you are today. What is this?
Go away for a year, and now you're going to completely transform.
What is this, Rocky 4? We're going to move to Russia and get ready for the big fight? I mean, this is insane. This is insane, Hoadley.
Yeah,
I
this is
love
crazy.
this. I
I
cannot
know.
believe we have stumbled upon this guy.
Dying to know what the rest of the steps
Oh,
are. I mean,
man.
they're major.
Yeah, this is...
He wasn't kidding when he said you needed things. to
Adam
be
the
long
Liar
and
is the
hard.
new Frankie B. He just cemented himself as the new Frankie
He's
B.
got the stock
Yeah, that's
photography of a guy,
Rocky on the
like,
top of the mountain.
yeah, looking out over the mountains.
I wish I didn't move so far away. I have no place to live, no source of income. I haven't eaten in 7 days.
I need to transform myself.
But Adam the Liar told me this is going to work beautifully.
Yeah, can't skip a step.
Can't skip a step.
Another country, you need to have wild experiences and try new things. If you're studying a new program, you have to come out the other side of the program bigger and better and bolder. The whole point.
Wild experiences. Yeah, it's going to be wild when you're living with the dogs of Costa Rica on the street because you have no money. Come back barking.
This whole point
This is kind of like your
a
cocoon, and this is an evolution. The idea is you are now a different person, or at least somewhat changed.
Or at least
That's
somewhat
step
changed,
one. So we've now
hopefully.
completed this task. You know,
Well,
totally
if you're not totally changed, at least you're somewhat changed. But it's better if you're all the way changed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just completely do the opposite.
She didn't like you in the first place. Remember, you were just friends. Now you're looking to be lovers. It's a different thing altogether. You gotta get in fighting shape.
Oh my God.
Yeah. If you're Jewish, you become Christian. It's like
gay becomes straight.
gay becomes straight. Straight become
blonde
gay. Yeah, if you
become brown, brunette.
if you come back gay, she's gonna love you.
Exactly.
She's gonna love you. Am I right? Right.
Right.
away for 2 months, or we've done a 3 months training course, whatever it is. We haven't communicated much during this time. We've not ignored them, but communication is reduced to maybe every other day.
Every
right?
other
And
day.
now-
Every other day. How often do you talk to your friend? I mean, Chrissy and I talked every day. We talk every day. And it's a bad example because we're both married to people that we love dearly. But let's just assume that Chrissy and I were friends way back when. I mean, it's like communicate every other day. That still seems like a lot of communication.
It is.
Yeah.
That we have evolved, and with this next better person, we can move on to step 2. During this time,
Step 2.
we need
Step
to
2.
be active on social media. So all of our achievements, all the time,
Bring it
social
on back
Yeah.
to social media.
He's going to tell us that everything that we do, we need to post.
Show yourself.
Show how
living with the
exciting.
dogs in
yeah.
Costa Rica.
Arr.
I'm wild. I'm doing wild things.
Shit in the woods with this German Shepherd yesterday. Got bitten by a spider and my whole face blew up. Had the same pair of underwear on for 26 days, but I'm taking a course on how to clean my own clothes.
new friends, when we're evolving, doing new things, that needs to be pumped up on social media. Your friend is going to miss you being in touch with them, and you've told them, so it's completely justified, but they're going to start to miss you. And we need that missing element to trigger attraction. So they're going to miss you, and they're going to start cyber stalking you. What is he up to, right? Why isn't he communicating?
What in the good fuck is this guy saying?
They're going to start cyber stalking. You want them to cyber stalk.
You absolutely want them to go crazy in the head over you moving to another country to live with the dogs of Costa Rica. What is this guy talking about?
No, I mean, wow.
Have we ever heard advice
this is
this
like
insane?
a 20-year plan.
This- yeah.
for to get
To get your friend to suck your dick. It doesn't seem all that worth it to me. It's just like,
You might want to just stay.
yeah, you just might want to stay friends. He was right at the beginning of the video. Yeah, you might want to think about this one.
Otherwise, I'm going to need $1
Chrissy,
million and
yeah.
6 years.
That's right. Is this the wildest advice we've ever heard on the commercial
This is
break?
the wildest advice. Frankie seemed tame now. He just talked about getting in shape.
Oh my
Eating
God.
some
Yeah,
eggs,
all he wanted to
boiled
do was make
eggs.
some deviled eggs with avocado.
And when they see that you're doing cool stuff and you're hanging out with cool people and you're becoming a better person, that's going to create a little bit of jealousy in them. They're going to be happy for you because they're your friend, but they're going to start to miss you.
That
This is
fucker,
going to get them to wonder.
That
enjoying
asshole. Look at all that fun
Where
he's
is he
having.
next?
Look
Where
at
is
all
he
those
next?
fun he's having with all those, toxins down there in Costa Rica. I wish I could drink water right from the springs. Eating coffee beans.
I mean, this is
Things
crazy.
they actually have for you. You guys see where I'm going here? With
No,
triggering
I don't see where you're going
No,
here.
Exactly.
feeling of missing out, of the bonding chemical that you had together that is disappearing, and they're trying to pull it back by looking at you online and realizing that you're meeting other people and that you're awesome. So now they've got an actual fear that they may lose you forever. At this
By the way, this guy said he did this. He did this. So he has the audacity to think that some chick, some friend of his that he happened to hook up with after he got back from moving wherever he moved from, was cyber stalking him, telling herself how wonderful he was. I find it hard to believe anybody misses this guy.
No.
If he left my ethosphere, I'd be like, good riddance.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, good
Bye-bye.
for him. Good for you. Move somewhere else. Peddle your
You
bullshit
need
over
to
there.
transform yourself.
Yeah, you need to transform yourself.
point, we get to step 3. This is where you start communicating with them again. So you've resolved
But
this,
you
you're
were already
finished, you're
communicating
amazing,
every
you're
other
better.
day.
Yeah, you're communicating every other day.
Now you go back to 5 times a day.
Well,
This is when you reintroduce.
you literally text them 12 times an hour. They're gonna love you. Tell them how awesome you are. You've gotten better looking, stronging. Your dick has grown by 6 inches. When you land, she's gonna be waiting, spread eagle, right on the tarmac. The plane is gonna pull into her vagina. And you're gonna post it on social media to get your next friend to sleep with you. Now, move to another country and rinse and repeat. Your life's pursuit of fucking all your friends is soon to be an achievement you have in your belt.
What is the text message still? We don't
Not
know.
sure.
And you come back and you don't text them right away. The very first thing you do is not to text them. The very first thing you do is to, settle your life, go back to catching up all your work.
Oh my God.
Get a new job.
This is a highly elaborate plan. This guy is literally insane.
Get a new job.
Yeah,
Reintroduce
yourself to
the
the.
world.
It's me, Adam the liar, and I'm back. Don't tell Casey. Not yet. Not yet.
Don't tell her.
I'm not ready.
I need to settle my life.
I need to settle my life. I probably need to get an apartment again. Change my clothes. Eat a few cheeseburgers. And then I'll be ready.
And if they text you, you can respond, absolutely. But again, we want to keep a little bit of distance. And that moves on to step 4.
Oh my God.
This is the text message.
Oh,
pay attention.
this is
and write this
it.
down.
Oh, here it is.
Hey! Exclamation mark. It's been ages since we've chatted, and so much has happened in my life.
You texting her every other day. And now you're saying it's been ages. Hey! Exclamation point. Don't forget that. Don't skip any steps. Hey, it's been ages since we spoke, and so much has happened in my life.
From
All
2 days
because
ago.
of you. Yeah, since 2 days ago. How do you text someone every other day and not tell them what you're doing? I mean, I'm married to someone. And it's like, I ran out of things to say unless I tell her what I'm doing.
Right.
Yeah, that's what we talk about.
How about I take you out for, and then here you're going to put an activity. It's very important there's an activity. It's not dinner and a movie. It's an actual activity. So how about I take you out for bowling?
A bowling? Start off strong. Use your ace in the hole.
Stinky shoes.
Yeah,
and
stinky shoes and smoky
bowling
bar.
alley.
That's
Boom.
right. Tell her.
Use your ace in the hole. Not a nice dinner and a movie.
You want to go to paintball. You literally want to shoot her because you just spent the last 2 years suffering around South America. Being a drug mule for the narco cartels.
This is hilarious.
This is the best. He's reading. By the way, you can tell he's reading. So he has written these things down. This guy has an elaborate plan that he wants to share with you. And this is insane. You have to be insane in the head to move to a different country to impress a woman who never wanted to sleep with you in the first place. This is crazy. And I love it.
And then you're going to take her bowling.
Yeah, you're going to take her bowling.
Yeah, that's going to be your big move.
That's your big move.
When you
Yeah,
get
not a picnic in the park. Not invite her down to where you're living to see all this brand new stuff you got going on. Fly to Paris. None of that.
No,
Nope. Bowling. But it needs to be an activity, not dinner or a movie. Don't you think dinner might be better? Like
Yes.
sit, talk, catch up on where I've been for the last 2 days?
2 years.
2 days. No, a mini golf or an escape room.
Or an escape room.
An escape room? Is it okay if I use my Groupon on that one?
Buy a Groupon.
Buy a Groupon. Get a BOGO. Get a BOGO and take her to the escape room.
I can't believe this advice.
Oh my God, this guy is an asshole of epic proportions.
Where you're doing something and dinner. So you can be like, how about I take you out for an escape room and dinner and a night out and we can catch up. So we're offering like a massive trifecta. It's an
A
activity.
trifecta. He said a trifecta.
It's escape room, dinner,
Escape room,
and
dinner,
out.
and bowling. We're going to go bowling, followed by escape room and dinner. Don't skip any of these steps. It's the trifecta of getting your friend to sleep with you after 2 years of living in a different country. Crazy.
A dinner and a night out. Now, what we're doing here is if they've missed you so much and if they were that much of a good friend, they should jump at this opportunity. I didn't put a date on it. I didn't put a specific time, but I've created.
Yeah, if
it's
they're not
essentially
already
a really
married by now or in
Yeah.
another relationship, you've been gone
You
for
left
2
for a
years.
year. Yeah, you total cock knocker. You didn't explain what exactly. You didn't explain exactly what happens. You didn't explain exactly. exactly what happens if someone gets married or has another boyfriend.
By the time you get back.
By the time you get back. Yeah. Can you imagine the disappointment if you followed Adam the Liar's plan here? And then halfway through your extended vacation in South America, like 2 years in.
You're cyber stalking
That's
them.
right.
You see? They've got married.
First date, because that's what I'm doing. I've triggered them missing me. I've removed the bond from being as close as it was before, so they're no longer gonna feel like I'm just like a brother or what have you to them. They're gonna feel that they just miss me and they want to spend time with me. They're gonna see that I'm leveling up and I'm becoming a better person. I'm doing all this awesome stuff, and they're not gonna want to get left behind. And now, after being busy and ignoring them, I'm reaching out to
You're making a huge assumption that some chick, who I know you're talking about, right? So, but let's just say whatever, guy, girl, he, she, it, them, whatever. You're assuming that they are going to stay in stasis, waiting for you while you go change your life. Yeah, cyber stalking you. You're making a huge assumption that that person doesn't have enough of their own gumption to change their life also, having nothing to do with whether you left or not. This is such a douchey
Really
idea.
weird. We have to know what the fifth step is.
Yes.
and I'm offering them more than anyone else has ever had.
Well, the
from me,
fifth step is get laid, obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
Get laid.
Bed them.
I'm offering them an activity and a dinner and a night out. If we're good friends, they're going to say yes to that. And now I've got them on essential. Is
got
Yeah.
very, very
Now I got
I'm
you.
picturing like a shepherd's hook.
Yeah. Bink. I'm imagining at the end of the night out.
At the escape room is when you attack.
Yeah. Just,
In the dark.
yeah. Ah! I got you. We're lovers now. I'm imagining at the end of the night out, the girl's like, it is so good to have you back. I really missed my friend. I want you to meet my new
Yes,
boyfriend.
Exactly.
I think
You're gonna love him.
I think he's gonna ask me to marry him. You're gonna love him. And then you're like, oh, man, that really sucks. Oh my God. Oh, sorry here.
And that is the power to that text message. They've essentially agreed to coming on a date, even though it's not an actual date. It's framed like
You
a
shouldn't
date.
speak on the phone either.
Yeah, don't
You've
talk
been
on the phone.
gone for years.
That's right. Do me a favor. Don't speak at
Just
dinner either.
shoot
Yeah.
it.
Only speak at dinner every other question.
Step 5. During the date, specifically at the night out part. So we've had fun at the activity, we've got loads of stuff going on. We have dinner, and at dinner we talk about the activity and we have so much fun and we catch up and I tell them about all the
That
cool stuff I'm
bowling
doing,
game
all the cool
was
friends.
great.
It's been so good to catch
We
up
didn't talk
with you.
about it
Yeah.
while we were bowling.
That's right.
So let's dissect.
So where have you been for the last few? Questions later. There's a plan. And it includes me getting on top of you later.
I want to hear about them and everything they're doing. And then when we're hanging out on the night out, having some drinks and we're laughing and joking together, I'm going to say, while I was away, I realized something.
This is a fantasy. This is not a plan. This is a fantasy that this guy is having. Yeah, and he's you got to be careful about saying this kind of stuff out there. That's why I'm glad we're the commercial break, and I hope that no one takes us
We're
too seriously.
spreading them information.
Yeah, well, we just we're never going to give anybody any advice at all. Oh man.
I've not been honest with you throughout our entire friendship. You're beautiful. And
I told you were ugly before, but you're
tell you
actually
that before.
beautiful.
Here's something I never said to you before. I really like you. Can we hook up? Because before you say that, you should move to a different country. Like, wouldn't that be the first thing you would say?
The longer, the better.
Yeah, the longer the better. The further the better. Wouldn't that be the first thing that you would say?
Yes.
Is, hey, I am just sharing with you that I think we're in the friend zone and I might just want to give it a try and see what she says. Have that conversation. If she says no, it's unlikely to change no matter where you move.
Continue to be friends.
It's not that I'm afraid anybody's actually going to take this advice, but I'm just checking. I just want to be sure.
But I've decided I'm not going to go through life holding myself back anymore and denying the truth. Now, we're going to pause at this point. This is very important. I didn't profess my love. I didn't tell them they're perfect. I didn't say I've always wanted to be with you. The only thing I've held back is
You don't tell them the truth. Don't tell them the truth. Remember, Adam the Liar says never tell the truth. That's a bad way to get involved with people.
never told them how beautiful I think they are. And that I'm not going to hold back anymore and I'm just going to tell the truth. Now we're going to pause and we're going to let them deal with it. Now, if everything's
So deal with it.
You're
You're beautiful, so deal with it. Now, what do you have to say to that? Huh? What? What if she's
married?
like, yeah.
No.
You have a kid on the way? Oh, no. I moved to Argentina because of you. I wasted 2 years of my life. Deal with it.
done correctly, they're usually going to respond with a compliment. They're going to be like, well, I think you're attractive too. Or they might say, wow, since you've come back. Like
Done correctly, they're going to respond with a compliment. This guy is fantasizing big time, Chrissy.
Very strange.
It's weird.
I mean,
I love this guy.
I know.
We found a gold mine. A gold mine.
coming back, like, you're really different. I really like it. That's what we're after. We're after that transformational process. That
Fingers
response, waiting for that
crossed.
response is
Yeah.
key.
Is he
That's going to
wearing
let
a
you know whether
Ghostbusters
this works.
t-shirt?
He's wearing a Ghostbusters t-shirt.
Like, I just noticed that.
9 times out of 10, if you do this and you do everything I've said, this is actually going to work. And they're going to be like, yeah,
9
9 times out of 10? Where did you get this information from? How many friends do you have that have moved to different countries and followed these 5 steps? Because I would like to meet one of them.
Yeah.
I would love to have Adam the Liar on our show and defend this video. Defend what
Yes.
you're saying here.
Yeah.
Because I have no idea why anybody would do this. This seems like a long way to go just to get somebody in bed. It seems kind of
You're already
silly.
friends with.
Yeah, they're
okay?
friends with them. Like, just tell them, I think you're beautiful. Do you think hooking up might be a good idea? No? Okay.
yes,
yeah.
no, okay, great. Let's move
Okay.
on.
There's another girl out there. Yeah.
like, you know, there's something amazing about you. Like, you're changed. And then you can roll with that. And then from then on, it's dating like normal. You can be like, I have.
Oh, then from there, no problem. You're back in the swing of things. You just took a 4-year detour through Somalia to get here. Don't worry about it.
Now you're dating.
And now you're dating. No issues whatsoever. You're back in the game. All you have to do is go around your ass to get to your elbow. Oh, Adam the Liar.
Oh, that was wow.
Oh,
That was a lot.
I don't even know what to say. I really am just shocked by what we heard. I did not watch,
And
but
after all of that bowling or an escape room, I mean, I think that might be
that might be the best. After moving away for years and then
completely
transforming your life, yeah. Then what do? You go bowling. Of course you do. Of course you do. Oh, well, Adam the Liar does it again.
Yes.
I feel like Adam the Liar is going to be back on the commercial break
I think
real
he
soon.
should.
Like maybe next episode.
Yeah.
Because this is just too good to be
Really
true.
is.
Yeah. You don't find videos like this often, kids, and he has a whole channel full of them. So I'll dig through, I'll get some more. Hey, listen, Chrissy and I have a really good idea. We want to do a random TCB. Random TCB.
Yes.
And this is how it goes. You send in a topic, one topic. No preface, no pofus. All you have to do is just send in a random topic, and Chrissy and I are going to opine on it, having no facts whatsoever about that topic. So do us a favor. Text us at 661-237-8296. You don't have to say anything. Just text us the topic. And Chrissy and I are going to do a whole episode dedicating to making up making up
facts.
making up random facts about random topics. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Also, later on this year, we are going to have one of the world's foremost experts on psychic readings for pets. I need you to send in a picture of your pet. That's what I need. A picture and a name of your pet.
Yeah.
And we are going to do psychic readings with one of the world's foremost pet psychics, Chrissy. I'm really
fantastic
excited about this
news.
one. Yeah. So special guest coming up later on this year, but I needed some time. I need some time so I can turn my best friend into my lover. So
I'll be gone for a year.
yeah, I'll be gone for a year. But don't worry, I'll be back with new episodes real soon. Thank you so much for all of the love and support. Tell your friends, leave a review, support our sponsors. It's all for a good cause. Chrissy and I. TCBpodcast.com. All the video, all the audio. You know where to find us on Instagram at The Commercial Break, YouTube.com/The Commercial Break. And again, 661, the word best, the number 2, YOYO. Oh, Chrissy.
Bryan.
I think that's all I can do today.
Yeah, I think so.
I think what I got to do now is I got to go work on the studio. I love you.
I love you.
Best to you.
Best to you.
And best to you out there in the podcast universe. Until next time, Chrissy and I do say we always say, and we must say, bye!